So August the 1st came and went, and with it, yet another Trump deadline. This one, of course, trade tariffs. But if you think this is just a one off reset where Trump strong arms countries into worse deals and then the dust settles, you're in for a shock. The real game has only just begun, and most of the world is making a huge mistake in assuming otherwise. Because here's the truth, the normal that you're expecting is not coming back. In fact, we're heading for a constant cycle of drama, unpredictability, and political warfare fought not with soldiers but with tariffs. Let me explain. Trump just rolled out a wave of new tariffs targeting countries that haven't signed what he calls deals, but what others call one sided demands. And unlike the trade wars of the 1930s, where retaliation was the norm, where countries immediately hit back, this time many governments seem to think they can just adapt, settle into new rules, and move on. They're making a huge mistake for two reasons. Trump thrives on attention. He's going to keep the world watching him every week, every month. By doing things so outrageous, you just can't ignore them. Trump wants to be the boss of the world, not through military invasions. He's not a militarist, but through economic force. Tariffs are his weapon of choice, and they won't just be about trade, they'll be political, even personal. We're already seeing it. Canada gets slapped with 35% tariffs, not because of trade disputes, but because they're thinking of recognizing the state of Palestine. Brazil, 50% tariffs after prosecuting former President Bolsonaro. South Africa got 30% tariffs, linked to a baseless conspiracy theory about genocide against white farmers. And if you're in the BRICS, even talking about creating a new global reserve currency away from the dollar could make you a target. This is a pattern. If Trump doesn't like what you're doing politically, diplomatically, or even based on something he just believes, you'll get hit hard. And here's where it gets even more dangerous. Big corporations have figured this out and they're moving fast to use it for their own agendas. Take ExxonMobil. They've spent decades fighting anything that might limit fossil fuel use. With Trump dismantling climate policies in the US, they're winning at home. But Europe just passed tough environmental and human rights rules that could hit corporations with fines of up to 5% of global turnover. Exxon's CEO is now openly lobbying Trump to use his tariff powers to pressure the EU into scrapping that legislation entirely. Why? Because without those fines, they can keep doing business as usual and making billions for years longer. And if you think Trump wouldn't do it, remember, the EU's own deal with Trump fell apart the very next day because it was so vague. He found loopholes instantly, and if there's no loopholes, he just declares you've done something terrible and slaps tariffs on you anyway as political punishment. Yes, quite the dictator he is. This is why countries and corporations are racing to cozy up to Trump. Oil companies, billionaires, tech giants, maybe even other national governments seeking to leverage a good relationship with Trump over their neighbor, like Pakistan over India. Pakistan even said they're going to nominate Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. Many governments, they've seen him force some of the most powerful nations to bend, and they want a piece of that leverage for themselves. And while the rest of us hope for stability, the reality is drama is the policy for the next few coming years. There's only one possible break on this: the court challenges to Trump's tariff powers. But no serious government is betting its future on the US Supreme Court reining him in. So for now, Trump will keep wielding tariffs like an economic sledgehammer. The big players like the tech billionaires and ExxonMobil CEO will keep scrambling to get him on their side, and the rest of the world will be left navigating the fallout for years to come. The global economy isn't just shifting, it's being rewritten in real time. And if you want to cut through the noise and see the patterns and actually understand what's really going on behind the headlines, you're in the right place. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. Subscribe now for reasonable, clear explanations for the complex geopolitical and financial moves shaping our world, because the next twist is already coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.